Dear learners, this is the fourth lecture in the series of RNA where we will try to understand the structure of ribosomal RNA, the third type of RNA. Ribosomal RNA basically is not independently functioning inside the cell, but inside ribosomes, and ribosome as a total cell organelle helps in the synthesis of protein by joining the amino acids which are brought by the transfer RNA, and by attaching itself to the messenger RNA, so that which amino acid is to be added is information is taken by the ribosomal RNA. Okay, so the ribosomal RNA is actually, in case of eukaryotes, here you can see that in case of eukaryotic ribosomes, the ribosomes are made up of two subunits, that is 60S and 40S. This S stands for Swedberg's unit, and this is a sedimentation velocity. Okay, so but it is not an additive quantity like 60 plus 40 is equal to 100. It is the total rate of sedimentation, actually velocity of sedimentation. So the total ribosome together has an 80S, but its subunits have 60S and 40S. Okay, now the 60S subunit was further studied in detail, and it was found that it contains so many types or varieties of ribosomal RNAs, that is 5.8S, 5S, 28S, 49 proteins were in combination of all these RNAs. So basically ribosome is nothing but a compilation of the ribosomal RNAs along with certain specific proteins together. The ribosomal RNAs, as it is very clear that many type of rRNAs are present with varying lengths and with sorry, with different nucleotides, and their main function is it acts as a factory for manufacturing of protein. In the same way, the smaller subunit also has an 18S rRNA, and 33 proteins are also present in combination with the ribosomal RNA. In case of prokaryotes, we have the 70S ribosome, and here also you can see that it is divided into one larger and one smaller subunit with 50S and 30S as a sedimentation velocity, and even a variety of rRNAs are available along with different proteins which are together sandwiched to form the larger and the smaller subunit. Regarding the structure of the ribosomal RNA, the ribosomal RNA structure is still under investigation, and the thing which is known as the thing which has been known for ribosomal RNAs are they are very short length molecule, and a variety of lengths of ribosomal RNAs are seen, and this RNA also has a 5' and a 3' end, as in case of other RNAs, but instead of being linear, they are forming their sections where there are intramolecular bonds, as in case of transfer RNA. Okay, so here in ribosomal RNA also we find many type of foldings, and these foldings are maintained by the bonds between the different nucleotides. So ribosomal RNA is actually not independently functioning, but its main functioning is when it is sandwiched along with the proteins together to be packed in form of ribosomes. So we find that what is the function of ribosomal RNA? The function of ribosomal RNA can be quoted as that of the ribosome in the process, and the function of the ribosome is that the smaller subunit actually helps the messenger RNA. It acts as a messenger RNA attachment site, as well as it moves over the messenger RNA so that different codons can be read, and it is a junction where the tRNA also brings the amino acids for addition. So the proper functioning of the ribosomes and the ribosomal RNA is to form a peptide bond between the incoming amino acids and to hold the messenger RNA so that the tRNA gets a stable place to bind to the codon, and therefore a complex interplay of three RNAs take place with the final product of synthesis of protein, which has exactly the same amino acid sequence coded by the codons in the messenger RNA. So with this we complete the topic of RNA, wherein we had studied the structure of RNA, its basic chemistry, its composition, then the three types, that is messenger RNA, transfer RNA, and ribosomal RNA. I hope these lectures would have helped you to create a good understanding about the topic. Thank you for patient listening.